Howdy all. Sorry it's been a while between uploads. Been really concentrating on the album at the moment. It's coming on really well. Can't wait to share it with you. But I also can't wait to share the solo from Psychosocial by Slipknot with you. So let's take a look. Alright guys, for this song Slipknot are tuned extremely low. We're in drop A, which is A, E, A, D, F sharp, and a B at the bottom. So get yourself in tune and we'll get started. Okay, so let's take a look at the first section. This is mix half. It's pretty damn shreddy, so we'll take it really slowly. I want to start with sort of almost a Lydian-y shape from 6th fret of the 5th string. I'm going to play 6, 8, 10, then jump to the 4th string and play 7, 8, 10. So we're going to go. Then what I want to do is hit 7 of the 3rd. So it's pretty scaly, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to descend back through the notes that we've already had. So we're just going to reverse it. As soon as I get back to that note, I want to work forwards again. So all together thus far, one more time. Now as soon as I get to that note, I'll work forward. So I'll go 6, 8, 10 again. And then I've just got a really fun shreddy part here. I play 7, 8, 10 twice on the 4th string. And then 7, 8, 10 once on the 3rd. So all together. That's the first little chunk. Now the next couple of shreds use a very similar pattern. So we'll go through it slowly. I want to start from the 4th string now. I'm going to play 7, 8, 10 on the 4th and the 3rd. And then I'm going to hit 8 of the 2nd string. And then reverse down the notes like we had in the first group. So it's going to go like this. All the way back to the pointer finger again on 7th fret of the 4th. I'll play that one more time slowly. Okay, so from when I get back to there, I move forwards. I'm going to go 7, 8, 10 on the 4th. And then I play 7, 8, 10 twice on the 3rd. And then using the same shape. This is a bit weird. It's kind of a Locriny Phrygian hybrid. It's got some evil notes in here, so we're going to go. I use the same finger shape but shuffle over a fret, and I play 8, 9, 11 on the 2nd string. So thus far we've got two pretty big shred groups. I'll play it slowly. And the next one. So it's a relatively predictable pattern. We've got a third group which is using exactly the same idea, but we're going to start from the 3rd string now, and all of it is this pointer middle pinky shape. It's a pretty simple shred idea. So what I want to do is I play 7, 8, 10 on the 3rd string, then 8, 9, 11 on the 2nd, and then just that single note on 8 of the 1st string, and then we're going to reverse down like we had in the other two shred patterns. A bit slower. Okay, so then once we reverse back to 7 of the 3rd string, we're going to do that shred pattern up, which is this. So I'll do it slowly. And then when I get back to 7, I'm going to play 7, 8, 10 once on the 3rd string, 8, 9, 11 twice on the 2nd, and then 8, 9, 11 once on the 1st. So the last little chunk's going to go. So let's put the whole thing together relatively slowly from the top thus far, and then we'll do it again slowly with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Okay, so let's have a look at the second section. This is relatively short. I just didn't want to overload you guys with shred from the first chunk. So what I want to do here is a little Dorian shape on the second string. I'm going to play 6, 8, 9, and then jump down to play 6, 8, 10 on the first. Okay, now I shuffle over to A to the second string, and then I've got sort of a Phrygian-y idea, if you will. I'm playing 8, 9, 11, and then 8, 10, 11 on the first string. So that'll go. After that, I want to sort of do a slight slide in to 13 of the first string, and then I want to descend down this little run here. That's pretty diatonic. What I'm doing there is I'm starting from 13 of the first string, I'm playing 13, 11, 10, and then on the second string, I'm playing 13, 11, 9, and then from the third, I'm playing 12, 10, 8. So it's the same shape, I'm just moving on that diagonal. Sort of a double full tone shape, so I'm going. Let's look at what we've got thus far from the start, nice and slow. At the end of that, it's not particularly important where you start the slide from. Let's say for argument's sake we're going from 11. I want to slide to 11 to 16 on the second string, and then add a delicious vibrato on that 15 when I get there. So let's take it from the start relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again with some tabs. One more time, some tabs. Okay, so we've just slid up to 16 and vibrato that 15, and then we work into this phrase. So we'll slow that down. What I'm doing is I'm doing a hammer on from 15 to 16, pulling off back to 15, and then rolling to the 13. And then at the end of that, I'm just hitting the 15 again. So really slowly. Then I want to borrow that legato bit again. So we hit the 15, hammer 16, pull off to 15, and then the 13 again. But then we're going to bend 16 two tones. So what a good reference point for that is if you want to just hit 20 and then bend 16 to that. Now because we've downtuned so frickin' much, the strings are pretty loose, so this bend isn't actually that difficult to get. So we've got, then I want to bring the bend down, and at the end of that, I bend it up and back, so I want to do bend up. When I bring it down, I'm going to play 15, 13, 15, then I bend 15 a semitone, then bring it back down, and give it a bit of vibrato. So from the start, hopefully that's all making sense. Now to finish off mixed part, we're just going to have some really, really high octave chords, high for this tuning anyway. I'm playing 12 of the third string and 15 of the first, and then this shape is just going to stay consistent up until the end of mixed part. So what I'm doing, slightly muting the second string in between as well. So we're going, so I'm doing that octave shape, I'm hitting it, sliding over to 13, and then playing 12 again. Then I do exactly the same idea from 7, and my pinky's on 10, the same distance as what we had before. I'm playing 7 of the third with that octave, I want to slide to 8 and then hit the 7 again. So we go. At the end of that little chunk, I want to go 8, 7, 5, 3. So I go. Let's do both of our little slidey ideas and then that descending idea. To finish it off, I want to hit 5 twice and then slide the octave to 7. So we go. Alright, let's try and do the whole section relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. when Jim kicks in with his very distorted telly. We're going to go from 15 to 16 as a hammer-on the second string. And then I'm going to hit the 16 again and slide to 18 and slide back. Okay? And then I want to play 15, 16 again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little hammer on into a pull off. So I'm going to hit 15, hammer to 16, and then pull off to the 15 again. So all together. And then after I finish that little hammer on into the pull off, I'm going to roll my pointer and hit 15 of the third string. Let's try that whole phrase nice and slow. Okay, and then at the end of that, I want to hit the 15 on the second string. Hopefully that's all making sense. And then I go, the next chunk will slide from 16 to 20 back to 16. Hopefully that's making sense. And then I go, so it's a similar idea. I'm playing 15, 16 as two notes, and then I'm going to play 15, 16, 15 as a hammer on into a pull off. I'll do that slowly. So let's go from the slidey bit. Okay, and then at the end of that, I want to jump to 17 of the third string, and then I want to play this. So after I finish that 17 jump, I'm going to do a hammer on from 15 to 16 again, and then pluck the 15. So I'm going to go from just the third string, and then we'll do the whole thing thus far. Actually, let's go from the 16, 20 slide, and then we'll try the whole thing. You can vibrato that 15 if you want to before the next chunk. So from the start. Okay, cool. There's just one more little chunk to this, and then the crazy legato in section 5. So what I'm going to do here, what I'm doing is a pull off from 12 to 10 on the 4th string. Then I want to hit the 12 again. Now I sustain that 12 for a little bit and then slide to 15. And then I want to slide back to 12. So it's a bit of a sustain and then a slide from 15 back. At the end of that, I'm going to hit the 12 one more time. Let's try the whole section relatively slowly and then again with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Okay, so now we're going to look at this crazy legato section. I want to start from 8 of the 5th string, and I'm going to play 8, 10, 11, using my pointer, my ring, and my pinky. And then I'm going to slide with my pinky to 13. Now from this point, we're going to roll back through a different finger pattern. I slide into 13, pull off to 11, pull off to 10, and then work forward. So it's going to go like this. So after I pull off to the 10, I'm just hammering back to 11 and 13. Okay, hopefully that's all making sense. Then I drop to the 4th string. I'm going to play 10, 12, 13, and then roll backwards to 10, and then roll forwards back to 13 again. So I think altogether there should be 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 notes. So we'll take it from the start now. Okay, hopefully that's making sense thus far. And I just want to add this little chunk to it. So what I'm doing here is a hammer into a pull off, 10, 12, 10 on the 3rd, and then to 13 of the 4th, and then we work into this other crazy run. So we've just done this little hammer into a pull off, jump to the 4th string. Now I go back to the 3rd string, and I'm going to play 10, 12, 13. Yep, so we're going 10, 12, 13, pulling off to 12 and then back to 10 again. And then I want to hammer back to that 12 and then pull off to 10. So it'll go. So let's do that slowly again. off that little chunk, I'm going to do a pull off from 13 to 12 on the 4th. So all together. Okay, now to finish off the last chunk, I want to slide from 13 to 15 on the 4th string, and then I'm going to hammer 13, 15, 13. So I go. We're actually going to slide into the 15 and then pull off to the 13. Just realised. Pull off, hammer, pull off. Okay, and then we're going to pull off to the 12 on the 4th string and go 12, 13, 12. So we go. And we're just going to work down in a pretty predictable legato pattern from there. And work into that last phrase. So let's go from that slide one more time. Okay, from there I want to jump to 15 of the 5th string, then jump back down to 12 of the 4th, and then I play 15 again. Then I'm going to pull that off to 13, hammer back to 15, and then pull off to the 13 again, sort of go. And then what I do from there is pull the 13 off to 11, hammer to the 13, and then pull off to the 11 again, sort of go. This will all be a little bit cooler with some distortion and a bit of speed. The legato really sings through with a crap load of distortion and a bit of speed. So let's have a look at what we've got from the second half from that slide. Okay, and then I want to hit a single 10 on the 5th string, and then we've got an octave chord. So I'm playing 10th fret on the 5th, and then I add 12 of the 3rd. So I want to do it as a single note, and then as the octave chord. After that, I want to hit it 2 more times, sort of go. And we're working to this last phrase. And then we're done. So let's take it slowly. We'll go from the octaves. Then I want to play 13 of the 4th string twice. What I'm going to do here is a trill, hammer into a pull off, 12, 13, 12 on the 4th string. And then it goes 10, 12 after that is just regular picked notes. So it'll go. Next bit's a bit of an awkward jump, but I jump to 13 of the 5th string and hammer from my middle to my pinky. 15, 13 as a hammer into a pull off, so 15, 13, 15. And then I want to go. What I'm doing there is 12, 13, 12. So it's the hammer into a pull off, and then I pick the next 3 notes. And then there's just 4 straight notes after that. So what I'm doing there is playing 10 of the 4th, and then playing 13, 12, 10 on the 6th. So let's go from the octaves relatively slowly, and then we'll do the whole thing. Let's try the whole thing from the initial legato run from 8 of the 5th string. Let's do it one more time with some steps. And that was the solo to Psychosocial by Slipknot. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. I'll catch you real soon.